Welcome. I'm Tania Aurora Whitecrow, and I work as a shamanka, which is a Northern European term for shamanic medicine woman. And today I am here to offer a guided shamanic journey, and so I will guide you through the channeled information as it comes through the realms into this. And already, I'm feeling this sense of what's coming through is the lone crow. So we'll be seeing what happens and what unfolds when we enter into those realms. So if you're new to shamanic journeying, this is a relaxed form of meditation. So you lie down or you're reclined, so that you are in that creative part of your brain, the part where the part of the imagination, if you like, that contains that sort of subjective information, the visual information, and allows us to access knowledge and information outside of the physical world. Okay, it may be useful for you to have some water nearby, your journal to make notes when we're finished, and a blanket because your temperature may fluctuate. So when you're ready, getting yourself comfortable, taking some deep breaths, either lying or sitting down, reclined. And I will open sacred space. We welcome the spirits of the north and the power of air. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the east, and we welcome the power of fire. We welcome you and we thank you for coming. We thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the south and the power of water. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the west and the power of earth. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of above. We welcome the divine masculine. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of below. We welcome the divine feminine. We welcome you and we thank you for coming and holding this space and keeping it sacred. And we welcome the spirits of the center. We welcome Creator, the one heart that connects all hearts. We thank you for coming. We thank you for bringing peace, harmony, and stability. Thank you. And as you take some deep breaths, allowing yourself to sink into this space, welcome your guides, your ancestors. And if you're not familiar with working with guides or with ancestors, know that we all have guides and ancestors and other beings in the spirit world that are supporting us on this journey. Maybe you work with angels, whatever you're familiar with, just sense their presence. And then also there's this grove of trees that are also containing and holding this space and keeping it grounded. So taking some deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax, breathing into your heart, and then into your belly, and then all the way down to your feet, allowing yourself to relax and feeling the breath moving through your body until your whole body feels as if it's breathing. Moving with the flow of your breath. If there's anything that's coming between you and the present moment and being with your breath, just acknowledge that and then let that float on by like clouds in the sky or smoke through the air. Then coming back to your breath and that sense of your whole body breathing. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you, of Mother Earth, and allowing yourself to relax into that support. Beautiful. And then feeling her breath rising up to meet you, to meet your breath, as her breath comes and cocoons you, and as your breath and her breath synchronize and become as one. Feeling yourself breathing with Mother Earth. And breathing into your heart, become aware of a cord just dropping down from your heart, down through your lower chakras. Well, that's through your belly, through your pelvis, down through your feet, through the layers of the earth, all the way into her central core, Mother Earth's central core, her heart. And however you experience that is perfect for you. And just allow that cord to connect with her central core, her heart. You may experience that as a crystalline core, or like a molten lava core, or something else. Just connecting in with that energy of her heart. And then breathing that energy all the way back up the cords, offering gratitude to Mother Earth for the connection. And then breathing the energy up all the way through the layers of the earth, back up through the surface, up through your feet, through your pelvic area, through your stomach, through those lower chakras, all the way back into your heart, allowing that energy to fill your heart and feeling the warmth of her love and wisdom in your heart. And then feeling that heart-to-heart connection with Mother Earth. Breath to breath, heart to heart. And feel the groundedness of that and the safety. Just breathing in, feeling the blessing of being cocooned by her breath and grounded by her heart. And as you're breathing in, start to become aware that you're standing somewhere else, in front of a body of water, like a lake or a loch, as we would call it in Scotland. You can see this body of water stretching out before you. Just become aware of the ground beneath your feet. The land around you, the smells, and what can you hear? You're on a slope, but what is the landscape like around you? Is it a landscape you're familiar with? And you can see that the sun is reflecting on the water. And you watch the way the light plays over the water. And is the water still? Does it ripple? Or is it more wavy? Or a combination? So just become really aware of how that water is moving, the surface of the water is moving as the light of the sun plays on the surface of the water. Can you see anything reflected in it? And as you're watching the play of light and water, you become aware of the sound of a crow cawing. And you look around and you can see this crow behind you watching you, first with one eye and then with the other eye. And then you see what is behind you. It's an old castle. So it's the ruins of a castle, still partly intact, stone walls, this are partly crumbled away, but there's a turret that you can see that's still there. And you're actually standing at the bottom of the steps that lead from the castle down to where you're standing. And maybe the wind picks up. The crow doesn't move. See his feathers sort of ruffle a little in the breeze with that shift. But you can see where the steps come down from the tumble down walls. The crow starts to hop along, looking back at you. So you feel called to go and explore this castle. You walk up the steps. Maybe you need to climb over the remnants of the wall. And the pathway. And what does that look like? Is it smooth or is it a little bit rough and rocky? And the crow keeps moving ahead of you. So this crow has become your guide through this castle. So you keep moving along, and then you come into an area that opens up like a courtyard, but again, you know, this is a tumble down castle. It's partially ruined. Nobody lives here anymore, not for a very, very long time. Just become really aware of the ancientness of this. And yet you're drawn to the turret. And the crow calls you again and then flies to the top of the turret. So you go towards the doorway or the opening to take a look. And there's steps going up that seem to be secure and safe. So you start making your way up the steps. And there's little slits in the walls as you go up where they used to fire their arrows from. So as you go up the steps, you take a look through the slits. Start to get a better idea of a wider perspective of the land around you, of the land that this castle sits within. You can hear the crow, and the wind is getting a bit stronger. And yet it's warm. So you're still walking up the steps. And you reach the top carefully. And you look out at the view from the top. The crow is still there, the lone crow. Again, looking at you with curiosity, first with one eye, then the other. The shadow and the shining. Crows can see both sides. And then you look across the perspective of the old castle, where it's all crumbled down, where the original rock foundations can be seen. Maybe there's plants growing through the walls, ivy or other plants. Become aware of the plants that are growing through the walls. And as you look back at this structure of the past, start to feel into how this represents your past in some way. Old structures that have been put up to defend and protect. How after, even on strong foundations, how they're no longer needed. So they just get left behind and allowed to fall into disarray and decay. Or can they be reused and reutilized in some way? So just while you're breathing with your body, really connect with where there's resonance between you and this castle and your wishes for yourself. So you start again on fresh ground. Or do you build from the foundations of the old? And the crow is still there. So as you connect with the crow as well, really sense into any messages that crow brings, that the castle brings, that the lake or loch bring, the light, the play of light on the water, the landscape. Just take all of that in. And connect in with the deeper meaning for yourself and for your life. Keep coming back to your breath. That information may come in many ways. You may See that visually, have a felt sense, hear a spoken message. Maybe you're being shown something in the landscape or something growing in the walls of the castle that really draw you to them, so they make like a plant, like the ivy. The ivy is a master of utilising old structures for its benefit, to create something new. Maybe there's other messages there for you as well. So just allowing yourself a few moments, staying with your breath. Allow yourself to receive the messages, the information. Just allow yourself to relax and receive. Maybe you can smell something, some aroma being wafted to you on the wind that brings up memories. Crow is still there. Maybe crow is trying to show you something, pecking at something, or gives you something. Maybe there's something about how to stay rooted when the past is crumbling, how to utilize the resources that we already have within us. So take a look at what crow is showing you or giving you. Maybe it's a seed or a small flower, or a stone or a small crystal, or something else entirely. Take a good look. Maybe it's a particular shape, like the circle, like a circle of life, or a heart, the perennial nature of love. Or some other meaning. To really feel how whatever the crow is gifting you, it helps to dissolve any worries or concerns that you may have about standing tall, staying rooted, when everything else is falling away. Even the recent past. And connecting into this message that this whole journey is showing you, of this castle and this lone crow and the water, the way it reflects the sunlight. The landscape. Feeling held by that in spite of it all. Coming back to that gift from Crow, which is the alchemy and the anchor. As well as the message from Ivy and any other plants or beings you may have connected with. And feel that expansion of hope within your heart. And feeling yourself smile to that. And then thanking Crow and everything else that's here, the castle, the ivy, the landscape, the water, the sun, the light. Coming back to your breath. Bring all the qualities, the energies, the upliftment back into yourself with your breath. As you come back to your breath, feel all of that start to fade away. As the door to that world closes, and you are back here with your breath in your body, your whole body breathing, anchored into your heart. Becoming aware of the clothes on your skin, the temperature of the room that you're in. The sounds in the room where you are. Your breath. You might want to wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, start to move. You might want to pat your arms, your legs, so you know you're fully back in your body. And then bringing your eyes, maybe with soft focus to start off with. Or you want to rub your hands together and place them over your eyes. And gradually bring your vision back to the room, staying connected to that feeling in your heart and your body of your experience. Nice and slowly. So when you feel that you're back, you might want to journal, have some water, sit up slowly when you're ready. I hope you enjoyed this shamanic journey with the lone crow and the castle, and that it brought you some insights that you found supportive. I've got other meditations, both shamanic journeys and mindfulness meditations that I'm sharing on this channel. I'm sending you much love from my heart to yours.